Hey guys, welcome back in. Let's see. Start up a new Permadeath here. And get rid of this one. I realized I made a mistake when I did my last one. I forgot to disable um, the tutorial. So there were a bunch of blueprints that I weren't able to build. So what I'm doing here is I'm just cranking everything up as high as it'll go. Let's see here, hostile predators on. I want to make sure to disable tutorial. See, the problem is if I find a ship out in the wild, I'm not going to be able to put a hyperdrive in it. So I would have to actually backtrack all the way to my first ship and claim it in order to unlock the hyperdrive. So, and let's see here. This is all set. Yeah, I would have to backtrack all the way to my original ship to claim it, and then start the tutorial there. So it kind of defeats the purpose of finding a ship in the wild. So I'm going to disable that. Everything's cranked up. Gonna lock this. Confirm. Jump right in. Again, I'm going to be doing a no starter ship on this. So pretty much starter ship's off limits. Anything in the ship is off limits. I can pick up the stuff that's around it, but I can't actually interact with the ship. I'll just start on up and see what type of planet I get this time. Oh yeah, and I would lose that on the harmonic seal as well. So you can see my ship over there already. So. Wait, does this give me salt? Wait, did this start me with... Okay, that's already installed. Okay, so I don't have to fix that stuff. Okay. I didn't realize it started me with the terrain manipulator either. Alright, pick up some of this stuff. I don't want to find a cave as soon as I can too to get some cobalt. I am going to head towards my ship though. Stuff. So hopefully I can find a ship pretty quick. Yeah, this doesn't give you all the startup stuff you have to do. I should grab this. Like, I thought I was going to need to build my terrain manipulator as well. Glad I don't have to. At least I'll be able to dig a hole if I need to run away from sentinels. Big thing of sodium here. Do a quick recharge. Yeah, I would have to find a ship in the wild and then make my way all the way back over to begin the actual tutorial. So, it dawned on me when I logged off last time that I did it backwards. I didn't want to have to backtrack all the way. At the same time, I wouldn't be able to make my harmonic seal because I wouldn't have the blueprint for it. So, I got puffer plants this time.
Radiation protection falling. Technology recharging. Radiation protection.
The ship is all the way up there. I'm gonna take the safe route. Kind of step my way up to it. On normal mode, I would try to just fly up to the top of this thing, but I don't want to chance it. The odds of you breaking something's really high if you do fall. If you don't die, you're gonna break something. So, I'd rather not chance it.
Radiation protection falling. Radiation protection falling.
And you really don't want to mess around with the plants either. The plants are just as dangerous as the animals.
Radiation damage detected.
Which, okay, got quite a bit of sodium out of that.
Radiation protection falling.
Trying to get as much health stuff as I can while I'm down here.
Technology recharging.
At least they made the gassy pods easier to pick now. Used to be really annoying. Alright. Sodium while I'm here. This looks like it's going to be a really hilly planet. Thought I was going to get out of that easy. I'm going to try this. Sit here and let that charge. As long as you keep your chest up against the wall, you shouldn't fall. Alright. Made that up. Ship's over that way. Trying to harvest things a little bit as I go. Yeah, make my way to my ship mainly because I know that there's going to be a damaged machinery there that might have something good in it. So that's the main reason I'm going there. Plus, there's oxygen there. I usually try to get these guys down really low health and then go in and get the pods. If I'm fast enough, I'll grab all three, but yeah. That's what I don't want. I don't want it to pop on me. Hazard protection is going down real quick. Yeah, on my last run I was on a winter planet, and I was able to get a hazard module right away, so it helped a lot. Hoping for the same thing this time. there's the ship. Now again, I can't access that ship for anything, so... that. And charge that. Now I'm hoping that I get something out of this. Oh, just nanites. It's alright. I know there's normally a cargo drop here with a bunch of stuff in it, so sometimes it's worth doing. What do I actually have here? Now I do have a cave there. Make use out of that.
Radiation protection.
One thing I do like to do is kind of peek inside the cave. Like there's a hazardous plant right there, so I'll want to watch out for that. Doesn't look like really too much else. I'll just knock that down before I even get there. And those plants do like to regenerate after a while, so you want to make sure you don't hang around in the area for too long. Like this area looks pretty good.
Radiation protection.
But
Stabilizing.
when you're in a cave, you replenish your shield. So I'm going to just grab up some of this marrow bulb and get some cobalt.
Technology recharge.
And break this marrow bulb down into sodium, which could be helpful later on. What I'm really after is this cobalt, so I can make some batteries. Okay, so I'm going to have cobalt and silver out of here. The silver is not very helpful right now, so I might just throw that away. Yeah, finding a cave early on is kind of key to surviving. You can do it without, but being able to find one early on gives you just gives you a few minutes to kind of go through and sort your inventory and all that stuff out. Yeah, and if you're in a cave and you hear a hissing sound, kind of stop, look around real quick, and find out where that hazardous plant is, and get rid of it. Because they pop out of nowhere, so. And those things like to break your equipment, so you don't want to spend too much time just repairing equipment constantly because you keep breaking it. I don't really need this marrow bulb, but I'd rather have a little extra than not enough. So, is what I tend to do is I refine most of my stuff so that I have like the higher qualities, you know, the higher quality version. It recharges your stuff a lot quicker. You know, it doesn't cost as much. Alright, so what do I have here for... I don't have much copper, much carbon at all. I don't think I did. I'm gonna have to stick my head out of this cave here in a bit. No, I still got quite a bit of room, so I'm gonna have to make a refiner. I'd rather have too much sodium than not enough, so I'll end up making it into sodium nitrate. Refill that, might as well. Oh, that'll give me ionized cobalt. That'll be helpful. Try not to overheat that thing. Easier said than done. Keep an eye on my mining beam here. Oops. Okay. I'm gonna have to go get more carbon, but yeah, there's still quite a bit of cobalt down here. This over here, I don't need that in salt. A little bit of oxygen here.
Technology recharge.
Make up a few batteries. No, hang on. Do that for now. I'm gonna have to make a refiner. Pretty sure I just heard one of those plants. Might be up top here. Alright, I have to go get some carbon.
Radiation protection.
Why's all that stuff disappearing?
Units received.
Carbon and ferrite.
Units received.
And I'll always scan as much stuff as I can too, so get the extra. Oh, that's another unidentified.
Units received.
Yeah, scan everything that way I can get the secondary item if they offer one. That's salt. That's salt. Normally those give me carbon.
Units received.
Okay, carbon and oxygen, that'd be helpful.
Radiation protection. Falling.
Yeah, this is what I'd like to do for like the first, like half hour or so. Just kind of get together a good amount of, life-saving stuff and then start moving. And I'll keep the rusted metal for now because I'll break it down into ferrite dust. No idea what I'm mining there.
Radiation protection. Falling.
I wish there was more carbon here. A lot of these plants are salt.
Radiation protection. Falling.
Yeah, a lot of times I'll run my hazard protection all the way down to like 1% before I recharge it. So.
Technology recharge.
Especially if I'm using batteries to recharge, I run it as low as possible.
Radiation protection. Falling.
I'm just trying to get a stockpile of stuff, that way I don't have to run back up here right away and grab more. And then get like a couple stacks. Would be really nice. Takes forever to, because on extreme, you're not getting as much stuff and your stack size is also smaller. You can only stack 300 to a stack, as opposed to 500 on normal permadeath. As you see, you don't get much for plants. I'm only getting like 18 to 20 on those smaller plants. So it definitely does take a lot more. That sodium, I never pass up sodium. See, normally these plants will give, well, these ones will give me carbon. Alright, so looks like some of them are going to be carbon and some of them are going to be salt. Some of these might actually be good. Carbon. I don't like it when they do that. Two plants that look the same, they give you two different items. Oh. What does give me salt then? Oh, it's these. These are giving me salt. Another rock. Okay. Okay, so maybe there's more carbon here than I thought. If I miss, they keep putting those, yeah, those little rocks are right next to the plant, screwing me all up. Alright.
Radiation damage detected.
It's alright. I said this should stabilize here. I think I'm on the wrong side of that cave. I'm just gonna let my stuff replenish here. And I'm gonna go back to the other side. I just want to remember that I have one of those hazardous plants right next to the opening, so I want to make sure to avoid that. Why did that overheat? Oh, I think it overheats at like 60%. I'm so used to getting it up to 99. This last one that I'm gonna run back over. Yeah, I think this whole cave system just wraps right around.
Radiation protection falling.
Yeah, it was this side I went in, wasn't it? Yep. Okay, the hazardous plant's gone, but that doesn't mean it's not going to pop back up. I just want to keep an eye out for that. What I'd like to do is, because I'm going to be mining kind of deeper into this cave, so I'm not even going to bother putting down my refiner till I get down to that area. At the same time, I just want to make sure I listen for that hissing sound you get from hazardous plants. That way I don't get a surprise. Alright, so go to metal plating. See, now if before I wouldn't be able to make this harmonic seal, I would have to go all the way back to my ship in order to even begin stuff. So that's the main reason I restarted this. Woodable refiner. Oh, I never made my metal plating here. I'm gonna start off with just that rusted metal, just to get that rolling. this out of here. I need to get a lot more carbon. I'm gonna start just crafting up as many batteries as I can. Yeah, I don't want to leave this cave till I have a stack of them. Extreme Permadeath, you can stack 60, so I'm already halfway there, so that's always a plus. I can't really do anything with that salt yet. Got a whole bunch of marrow now. Alright. I'll let that go. Now all I'm gonna do is get as much of this dense carbon or cobalt as I can. I was hoping I'd find some little carbon plants down here, too. Doesn't look too promising, though. Yeah, your mining beam overheats when you get to 66% on this mode. Things are harder to break. Not too bad when you get it upgraded or get a couple upgrades on it. It's not too bad though. Alright. That thing should be almost ready to change over again. There we go. Some more batteries. Like I want to have at least 60 by the time I leave here. And I got a couple of those. See, my starship also, well, I can't click on it from here, but I should be able to install a hyperdrive. So that's what turning off that tutorial thing does. See, I don't need that. What am I looking for? Lysopore gel. To hydrogen and carbon. Okay, so build a couple of those. The rest of that. Oh, I have more in there than I thought I did. Burn these off first, though. Alright, I'm gonna set that going. I gotta step out for a moment here. Just refill this. Yeah, because this is extreme permadeath. I don't want any of those plants to show up around me. So what I always do is I just dig a hole, because those plants or animals or anything like that can't get in here. So I'm just going to Alright, sorry about that. Run back out here, grab some more carbon. I've got quite a few batteries built up already, so shouldn't be in here too much longer. At least I know some of those other plants are going to give me carbon now, so have to be a little smarter when I harvest it.
Radiation protection falling.
Try scanning as much stuff as I can too.
Units received.
Ooh, that might be carbon. Yeah, there we go. I keep getting too close with that laser. It's gonna be other stuff. Oh, that's carbon also. Alright, at least I got some pretty good sized plants this time. So these should pay off better. I like planets that have the little tiny plants that you can harvest. It goes a lot quicker. See, I'm getting some condensed carbon out of this too, so. Alright,
Radiation protection falling.
and my stuff's starting to fill up pretty quick. Yeah, I use carbon for so many different things that you end up blowing through it real quick. I'm glad I noticed that these plants give me carbon, not just salt. I'd like to put those little rocks right next to these.
Radiation protection falling.
The salt really won't help me out right now. It's going to be something I'll end up throwing away, most likely. Alright. Another plant here. Come on. I need to be careful when I do this.
Radiation protection falling.
Alright, that should give me a little bit of fuel for a little while. At the same time, I'm also listening for the hazardous plants that might come through here. I don't want no surprises. Alright. A little more fuel for this.
Technology recharge.
Some more of those. See, I like to use oxygen and sodium when I can, and then have these for backup, like the batteries. Well, the batteries I like to use all the time anyway. Just having extra sodium around can be really helpful. I always try to keep my manipulator topped off too. And I think I'm going to hold on to that ionized cobalt for now, because I can always break that down for regular cobalt. So that's why I'm harvesting the ones that are on the ceiling. I'd rather have that ionized cobalt than silver.
Technology recharge.
Oh, that's gonna be gold. I wish I had a use for gold. So So I always try to do this early on. That way I don't have to stop every 10 minutes to hopefully find another cave and make batteries. So try to knock this out within like the first hour. You know, just get a good stockpile of materials. And like I can't use my ship for anything, so I can't really keep jumping in and out of it to get out of the elements. So having a cave here is really helpful. Because normally I would just start the story like normal, but I'm going without a starter ship, so I have to go find a ship in the wild. If I get lucky and find one, or I have to go buy one off a trader. You know, they both have the pros and cons to them. It's a lot harder to find a crashed ship than a trading post typically. Or I could buy a ship off of one of those traders that land. I always buy a ship from them. You have to have stuff to sell to them though. So that's the tricky part. Alright, that should be done running. More of that. Got even more of that. Alright. Cobalt. Alright. Stick that down here. Salt isn't gonna help me. This stuff ain't gonna help me, so throw that away. We'll burn out that marrow. Actually, this junk I won't need. That's just gonna get in the way. A little bit of that. Oh yeah, I want to make sodium nitrate. That. Stack of that. See, the good thing about going to sodium nitrate is you're getting like a 4. You end up with pretty much for every stack you actually get like 600 sodium, so I always try to condense it. I normally try to do the same thing with my carbon, but there's not a lot of carbon here. I'll probably just try to harvest some as I make my way to one of my first buildings in between stops or whatever. Yeah, it's like I'm out of carbon again. And stuff's just pissing right through that.
Technology recharge.
The way I lay myself out is I like to have all my light saving stuff up in this corner and like building stuff down here. So that way when I open it up I can see my stuff real quick. I do want to install this though. Multi-tool. Okay, nothing special on the multi-tool. I'm gonna move these though. Nitrate. Yeah, I'll burn off another thing of it. Actually pick this thing right up. I'll set this thing running while I go get some more carbon and figure out what direction I'm gonna go in. Alright. Oh, see what I mean? Those hazardous plants? It wasn't there before. They like to sneak up on you. I think these only go for like 5,000 or something. Yeah, not worth it. I don't trust that plant now. So I'm just gonna sodium. There we go. Put the last of my carbon in here.
Technology recharge.
Set that going. Stick my head out here and see if I can find some more carbon. This way.
Radiation protection falling. Units received.
Here. I want to try to get everything as charged up as I can before I start moving on too. And I always like to have, you know, at least a stack of as much stuff as I can. But I don't want to go overboard with it either. So. I hope I can stop accidentally mining salt though.
Radiation protection falling.
Yeah, the laser seems to only want to pick up on salt when I do that.
Technology recharge.
The salt can be really good because you make chlorine out of it, but I don't have any place to sell it. If I find like a minor outpost, I could always sell it. Should grab this while I'm here too.
Technology recharge. Radiation protection falling.
Alright, and back in.
Radiation damage detected.
Thought I was going to make it back in time. Went the wrong side.
Radiation protection falling.
I'm trying to avoid using up a bunch of batteries and stuff too early. Start moving around. God. Wish it would stop targeting those salt rocks. How much? Got a little bit over. Alright. I think that'll be enough for now. Is there anything over here? It's kind of hard to tell with the shadows if something's actually a cave or not. Alright. Should have a refiner here somewhere.
Radiation protection.
Yeah, this should be the other side of the cave. Maybe it doesn't wrap all the way around. Thought it did though. Yeah, it must. Yeah, it looks like there's still quite a bit of cobalt over there too. So, this one here. Yeah, it sucks. I hate throwing all this silver and gold on the ground, but I really don't have the inventory space for it. Burn off the rest of this stuff. Sodium. More fuel.
Technology recharge.
Oh, should have done that. Oh, not enough to do anything. Actually, is there more cobalt here? Move them over here. At least I got a pretty good stockpile of stuff. I have to get used to not letting my beam overheat. I'm so used to being able to get it up to 99 damage before it overheats. Still not used to 66 being the maximum. Yeah. Definitely takes some getting used to. And it's always nice trying to get those geodes. If you keep your mining beam up high, you tend to get more geodes out of it too. So, something else to keep in mind. Plus, you eat through the stuff a lot quicker too. Alright. What am I at here? Make 5 more batteries. Break these open. Then I'll refine down. Actually, I'll make more. Oh, I already have a bunch of ionized cobalt. I already have a stack. Okay. Alright, get rid of that. Put that in here.
Technology recharge.
I could really use some more carbon, but I've got to start moving. That's salt I can get everywhere. Alright, I do want to get more carbon on the way. Pick this thing up, and let's see here. Okay, there's my sodium nitrate. I'm gonna say, where did all my sodium go? Alright, so put that up there. Leave that one sodium for now, because I'll probably pick up more as I go. Alright. I'd like to have more of these though. Those cost 40 though. Yeah, I might as well just make up one more. I like to fall back on this, but I don't have enough oxygen. So, luckily I've seen a good amount of oxygen so far. And I want to keep whatever microprocessors I can find because I'm going to have to build a hyperdrive. So, alright. Now I do want to come on here though. Bring this up a little bit. That way, if a ship lands behind me, I can hopefully hear it. All this stuff should be fine now. Oh. No one. Disabled. I should have changed all this already. Yeah, it'd be nice if they fixed this thing at some point, as refiners are still broken. 100 and 100, controls are all set. Alright. It's time to move out of here. Alright. What I want to do is I want to go either north or south and stay on that bearing. Before I go though, I don't know if this will do anything or not. Don't know if that was a mistake. Yeah, it's just going to tell me to go to check my log. Okay, the ship is actually repaired. I'm going to reload my autosave. I don't know if that was a mistake or not. I don't think it actually matters because I'm not actually in the ship, so I'm gonna have to go find a ship anyway. I just wanted to make sure it didn't give me the map thing to go find, Yeah. Okay, so it's not gonna matter anyway. I am gonna grab this, salvage data though. I'd like to have a couple of stacks of that if I can. Let's see. Okay, I can stack up to 9, so move that down here so it's on my way. Alright. One thing I do want to do is, I know what I'm looking for is the native plant. It should be gamma weed here. Just looking to see if I can see any of it. I know there's some behind me. Okay, and there's some over off to the left. So that only grows in a north-south line. So I'm gonna kind of use that as a reference point. But I know I saw some over this way, so I'm gonna go south. On my last playthrough, I was going north. Now that I see that there's gamma over this way, I'm gonna head in this direction and stay in this direction until I find a ship. Kind of harvest things as I go, too. and look for any damaged machinery I can find. What I don't want to do is start overloading my my backpack with stuff, so try to avoid doing that. Away from that thing. I always try to keep my oxygen topped off and my sodium. Even though I have all those batteries and stuff, I'd like to have a good amount of life-saving stuff. That's the only thing I really care about. And I'll grab condensed carbon when I see it too. I'd rather use that in my multi-tool than regular carbon. Just continue in that direction. Remember to scan stuff. A little bit more of this. Stuff that sodium. Looks like I got some damaged machinery around here that'll stop by. Nice big thing of sodium.
Radiation damage detected. Technology recharge.
I want that friggin' mine. Got even more sodium. Jeez. All over the place. Alright. I'm gonna end up with a bunch of sodium. I know I saw damaged machinery here. Over here. Alright, live and slime I do pick up. They're gonna refine that into nanites. The lower tier stuff I don't typically grab. Unless I have like a base setup or something already. I'll grab that sodium. I'm kind of backtracking a little bit here. But I don't want to miss these. ECM. Bother with that. And grab my salvage data. I forgot the salvage data at that last one. Dig a hole here real quick. I'm gonna refine up all that sodium I just picked up.
Technology recharge.
I don't like to do this when I move around, but if I run into a big batch of sodium or oxygen, I always like to kind of break it down, or not break it down, but enhance it. Kind of out in the wild. As long as I can dig a hole and feel safe doing it, I will. While that's running, while that's running, I'll run out here and grab some more carbon. I don't like to leave my refiner running when I'm not doing anything, so unless I gotta be away from the console for a minute. But like to stay productive while that's running. I never analyzed that. That gives me sodium as well. This plant is actually pretty resourceful. And you can still see where your refiner is. So I just have to find the hole I dug. Alright. So get rid of that. A little bit more in here.
Technology recharge.
Actually, I will run off that within slime. That'll take a couple minutes. I'm only doing that because I know that there's a damaged machinery right over here. And I should put down a marker here too. That way I can see that refiner a little bit easier.
Radiation protection falling.
Oh, more living slime. Like what I'm really looking for are the upgrade modules out of those, not so much the nanites. I'd like to get a couple stacks of that
Radiation damage detected. Technology recharge.
I'd like to keep a couple stacks of that salvage data in case a trader lands. I'll have something that I can sell him. Let's go for like 50,000 a piece. So I'd like to get some of that. Hate it when I accidentally go out of that menu. One of that, let that go. I always try to have like 2 stacks of carbon on me. So. Typically what I'll do, eventually when I get settled a little bit, I'll make a bunch of condensed carbon. Because it's more beneficial to use that. A little bit more. I'm gonna have to run that runaway mold off anyway. So should be almost done. Yeah, this is why I only keep living slime and runaway mold. Just because it takes so long to go through the whole process. Yeah, what I'll do is I'll continue to make my way south and just scan for things along the way. Alright, so that'd be runaway mold. Give me a little bit of nanites. Alright, so I only have 7 of those. Want to get more. Fill that up, get rid of that salt. I always keep that terrain manipulator full if I can. There's nothing worse than going to dig a hole trying to escape for something and you can't. Alright. And for some reason I always have 4 runaway mold left over. Every single time. So just throw it away, pick this up. Alright. Continue south. Get rid of that. No. Good enough.
Radiation protection falling.
Come on. Pick that up. And just kind of continue south. There's an it really needs a hazard mod.
Radiation protection falling.
Just continue going south.
Technology recharge.
Yeah, like it only cost me 18 sodium nitrate to refill, as opposed to 100 sodium.
Radiation protection
So
falling.
that's why I always try to grab that stuff when I can. I'm trying to keep my eye out for any of the little house icons. That's what I'm looking for. Ships will appear as a house icon every now and then. Kind of scan around. Try not to get too overconfident with your jetpack. That'll start breaking stuff real easy. Okay, we got something over here. Alright. See what this is.
Radiation protection falling.
Collect some stuff as I go too.
Units received.
I don't know why it... For some reason it likes to target friggin' rocks instead of the plant. I want the plant. Funky looking plants.
Radiation protection falling. Technology recharge.
Way over
Radiation
here.
protection falling. Technology recharge. Radiation protection falling.
And I always make sure to hit up these little buildings for the nanites and navigation data if there's anything in them. We'll run around here. Alright. Actually, set up this. Got a mess already in my inventory. Move some of this stuff around. Get rid of that.
Technology recharge.
Get rid of that. I don't need to burn off that. There was. Alright, I have a good amount of that. Okay. I'm gonna make up some condensed carbon. Because actually there's a bunch of plants right around me right now too, so got that going.
Technology recharge.
And I should answer. Okay. Not who I thought it was. Alright. Let's see what we have here. We got 8273. This might point me to a ship. No signal. Not gonna even bother with that. See if there's anything good in. Wish they'd move the hitbox on those. Yeah. Convert a bunch of this carbon over. Just way more beneficial to use condensed carbon. Actually, while that's running, I'm gonna take a run outside, see if I get any plants that are real close.
Radiation protection. Falling. Units received.
I like to make sure I have a good supply of stuff before I actually start really moving around. I mean, I can find a ship in like 15 minutes, or it could be 15 hours. So, I don't want to have to stop all the time to do refining and all that stuff. Gotta gather up as much of this as I can. I'd rather take an hour doing this than to have to stop, you know, every 20 minutes.
Protection. Falling.
Pretty good amount. Every time I go to run back to the building, I see another plant.
Radiation protection. Falling.
Yeah, ideally what I want is 2 stacks of condensed carbon and 1 stack of regular carbon. So I actually need quite a bit more. But this stuff refines pretty quick. I just wish there were carbon plants closer. If there's any goodies out here. Doesn't look good.
Falling.
This is why I like having that personal refiner, the backpack one. Makes this less annoying. More. Back out here. Oh, I have a trader.
Radiation protection. Falling.
A trader I can actually interact with too. Get rid of that. I won't have enough stuff on me to get anything. And sell off some stuff. Yeah. Salvage data.
Units received.
A little bit of salt.
Units received. Units received.
Okay. I wonder how much a ship is. $17 million. I think I'm a little bit short. Oh, it's a B class too. What do I have for? Oh, I only got 200 nanites. So. Okay, so I'm going to be looking for 1,200 nanites. Alright. See, I knew these were way more expensive. I didn't realize they were that expensive, though. So it's pretty much twice as much. Okay. Well, maybe next time. I have nothing else to sell, really. No. That's why it's good to grab that, that salvage data. If those guys show up, sometimes you can buy their ship off them. I probably have enough credits now to buy a multi-tool, though. If I can find like a C-class pistol, I'd probably afford it. Or even a B-class, possibly. Dense. Actually, grab a little more carbon while I'm out here. Yeah, ideally, a crash ship is ideally what I'm looking for, but if I get tired of looking for one and I can find a trade-in post, then I'll just wait around and buy a ship. That way I can actually start doing the quest line. More of that, some more carbon. Just keep running back and forth.
Technology recharge.
At least this carbon isn't too far away.
Falling.
Definitely eating up my life support though. Running back and forth. Come on. I hate it when you go to mine these plants. I hate it that you get stuck. A little indicator sometimes. Alright, I think it's pretty close. As long as you stay on a north-south ley line, you should run into buildings and crash ships and all that stuff. So, carbon in here. What am I stuck with here? 261. Here.
Technology recharge.
Let's stop on that. I think I got a little bit extra now. Yeah. A little bit extra, so I'll throw it right into there.
Recharge.
And I don't have anything else to really refine. I will make a couple batteries though, top that out. And make another one of these. And I'll get a little bit of carbon back from that. While I'm in here, so I want to continue going south, so actually scan in that area, see if I see any buildings. I don't, so alright. I do have a few empty slots. So I'm looking for pretty much any type of building and continue scanning stuff too. Keep forgetting to scan stuff. I'll continue to grab oxygen. A lot of times I don't bother destroying them, I just pick up the pods off them. There's a damaged machinery over here. Oh, more of this stuff. Alright, got a jelly out of that, so I'll make up another one of those. Yeah, any way that you can minimize the stuff you're carrying, I try to do that.
Radiation protection. Falling.
Microprocessor. Alright, got a building over here. Ooh, Sentinel Tower by the looks of it, which could be really good. We'll grab some carbon on the way there.
Technology recharge. Radiation protection. Falling.
And these native plants are really helpful too for recharging your hazard protection and life support. So I try to grab those when I see them. I'm sure I probably ran by a bunch of them already. But they're really good because they give you 10% hazard. So you just eat them. It bumps that right back up. And eventually sentinels are going to start showing up. Typically about an hour into a game, sentinels start showing up. And they're not aggressive or anything, but if you start harvesting too much stuff, then they'll give you a hard time. Oh, there they are already. Strawberry, grab that. And actually, I am gonna do something with these sentinels, though. I just want to see what the technology is first. Oh, it's an A class. I think I'm gonna need to take this. See, I meant to do a screenshot of that. Log off real quick. Take a screenshot so that I have the portal address. What I can do is turn around and post this if anybody wants it. Do that, and then take this picture so I can see the coordinates. Alright, so... oh, that's for life support. Alright. I'm gonna take this multi-tool. Go back to log off. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go dig a hole over here real quick. That way I can stop taking damage. God damn it. Let's see what we can do. Alright. Make sure I have room, okay. So I'm going to store this. Break that down. There's no sense of breaking that down yet. Switch to my other multi-tool. Go install that. Alright, see if there's anything here. It's all going to be stuff I don't have, most likely. Yeah, I don't even think I can fix any of these. I could fix that. Okay, and I can fix a couple here, so, you know, I'm just going to repair them. Oh, lucky. Experimental. Okay, this I don't need up there. Personal force field I'm never gonna use. It gives me a wire and loom. I wish I could see... Okay. I was gonna say, I wish I could see which ones were supercharged, but I can. Alright, so that's gonna go in there. That's gonna go there. I wonder if any of these are supercharged. I do have that one wire and loom now. Well, that one I can actually repair at some point. So it's going to be between these two. I'm going to repair this one. Oh, I was hoping it would be a supercharged slot, but oh well. Alright, it's a much better multi-tool. What does it cost for Boltcaster, Chromatic, and okay. A little bit of silicate powder here. Another way, a way to make a good amount of silicate is to go into flat mode. Do this. That'd be more than enough to fill up my terrain manipulator now. Oh, maybe not. On normal mode, that would have been full. There we go. I'll just throw that on the ground. That conversion cube's just getting in the way. Got an extra battery here. One battery, that should fill that. Okay. Head back out here. Looking for the sentinel to shoot. That takes so long with it. Typically I would wait and get a bunch more sentinels around, but I didn't want to chance it. Okay, combat supplies, that's not gonna help.
Radiation protection falling.
I was hoping there'd be a few more. I did that too quick. I got antsy. I saw that that mech starting to jump around. Alright, so that I don't want. That I don't want.
Radiation protection.
I thought I could analyze this or something. I thought that was one of those things that I could analyze to get some goods. What's that? Sac venom. Yeah, I don't want to mess with that. Alright, so that little adventure's over with. Got a new multi-tool. So that's always cool. Thought I saw damaged machinery. Just a cargo drop. So just continue heading south.
Radiation protection falling.
Yeah, buildings don't start showing up till you're 625 units away. You gotta kind of check fairly often. I don't want a chance, you know, walking past something that I just don't see. I want to try to get all the animals on this planet too, so get a good amount of nanites.
Radiation protection falling. Radiation protection falling. Technology recharge. Radiation protection falling.
Oh, grab that sweet root. Need to keep my eyes out for more of these plants. I'm burning through my really starting to burn through my sodium already. That's not what I wanted. Uranium. Haploid wheat. We'll grab that. Oh, got a building over here.
Radiation protection falling.
I don't know what that building's gonna be. Can't tell if it's on the, I think it's on the other side of that hill. Like that. Eat up some of this.
Radiation protection falling.
Alright, that's 400 units. Something like that. I'm going to dig.
Radiation protection.
It's probably a lot faster and easier. Oh, it's not going to be. That's bedrock. Okay.
Technology recharge.
Yeah, I thought this was one of those things I could analyze to get a good out of, but it doesn't look like it. Get rid of that. I might end up deleting that. Alright. I'm gonna see if I can see what's on the other side of here. Okay. See, that's just a beacon, so I can just gonna totally ignore that. I typically would just ignore it, even if I didn't know that it was definitely just a beacon. Alright, Gek relic. That's useless. Trying to keep track of oxygen and all that stuff. Continue to go south.
Radiation protection falling.
Alright, now I got, okay, one oddball battery, so I'll put it right in my
Recharge.
protection.
Radiation protection falling.
Now what I really need is one of those hazard protection modules. Alright, got damaged machinery. Some nanites. A lot of times I'll just dip into one of these and gives you a good chance to look around, see if there's anything in the area. You can just see your icons a lot better. Nothing there. I'll just continue south. Eventually you will run into something. Alright, we got a building over there. Have anything on this side? Yeah, areas like this I always like to try to check both sides. It's like I was saying, buildings don't show up until you're 625 units away. So I am gonna head towards that building though. There it is. Just a shelter. But there'll be a ooh, careful there. It's just a shelter, but there'll be nanites over there and possibly navigation data and stuff. Plus it's a easy way to recharge your hazard. I keep seeing these clouds of smoke thinking that they're damaged machinery, but they're just the planet.
Radiation protection falling.
Yeah, I can save on my
Life support power low.
radiation hazard and all that. Just duck into here real quick.
Radiation protection stabilizing.
And give it a few seconds to recharge. Gek relic. What's the...
Technology recharge.
Alright, might as well just get life support taken care of.
Technology recharge.
Yeah, I have that too. Radiation mod would be nice. Or even movement would be nice too. Ooh.
Radiation protection falling.
My suit's getting full. What am I at? that. That's probably one of the rare animals here. Oh, got another animal here. What's left? Oh, they're both flying creatures, so I should be able to wrap that up pretty easily. Alright. Check this other shelter.
Radiation protection.
Throw
Stabilizing.
that up. Get 2 Gak relics now. Alright. Gonna have to start making room for stuff. Actually, drop this down. Actually, going to the other building, got a little more room. Actually, put down a beacon too. That way, just in case I get lost out there. Alright, that's sodium. Convert that.
Technology recharge.
Actually, I'm going to. I do want to look at that multi-tool. Oh, you need regular sodium for that. Oh, 4 hermetic seals. That could be pricey. $120. You know what? Yeah, I'm just gonna bite the bullet. And I'll be able to make microprocessors too. So, so take that sodium I just had. Actually, is there? What's here for? All right, I got no sodium deposits. See if I have any sodium that's close by. Don't look too far. Hey, Gentle Duck, how are you? Doing some extreme permadeath. Trying to stay alive. I should just break down that that sodium nitrate, but I'd rather not. Alright, so I'm getting 12 for that. Alright, yeah. Got some more sodium over here. Yeah, not too bad. So far, so good. A couple hours into the game and I'm still alive, so doing something right. I'm doing a no starter ship challenge, so I have to find my own ship. Can't use the one that I normally get. But I did just, I ran into a Sentinel pillar and he had this in it, so I had to grab it up, so trying to repair a couple slots in it. Hoping to find a good supercharged layout. So far it's not looking too promising, because you can't see which ones are supercharged right off the bat. Take that though. Ship upgrade ain't gonna help me either. Alright, is that enough? Oh, not quite. Yeah, I just converted over a bunch of sodium into sodium nitrate without realizing it. I need it to repair this. Alright, so that should be good. No, not a supercharged slot. I didn't think it would be. If you The expanding your base quest line. Um,
Radiation protection.
it's late in it though. Um, ooh, I don't want to break anything. Um, see, like I can't bring it up in my quest log because I don't have it yet.
Radiation levels critical.
Yeah, let me. Oops, wrong menu. See, it won't appear over here, but there'll be a secondary mission called Expanding Your Base, where you go out and you hire base NPCs. Um, and you'll start off with your overseer, um, an armorer, a scientist, and eventually you'll get the exocraft guy. Um, you do little mini side quests for him, and eventually you'll unlock the roamer geobay. Um, a way around it is if you have access to the anomaly. After you warp, I think it's your third warp, you'll get access to the anomaly, and inside of there is a vendor who will sell you all the different exocrafts. Um, it does it does cost quite a bit. I think they're all nanites. Um, they cost several hundred nanites if I remember right. Um, oh wait, no, that's the upgrades for them. The geobays themselves will be over on the left hand side. There's a oh yeah. A lot of times, like your first base or two can be on kind of crappy planets, but you can leave that planet and build another base on another planet. So in your system, if you have one that's like a nice lush planet, you can build over there. You'll just have to get more chromatic metal. Um, yeah, it's a regular base that you build. The settlements come later on. Um, but the with the exocraft, you go over to the construction terminal on the left hand side, and you can buy whatever geo bay you want. Like there's the roamer, the bike, exocraft. There's one that goes over water. There's one that goes underwater. You can unlock all of those for 10 salvage data, and the salvage data you get from digging into the ground and picking those up. Um, and then after you have the geo bay in place, you can go over to there's a vendor on the opposite side, on the right hand side, that has all the exocraft stuff in it, and you can get different upgrades for the different all the different things. Because I don't think I can actually see them in here yet. Building parts. Oh yeah, yeah. They throw you right into it. There's no easy way. Yeah, I made the same mistake on my uh, earlier playthroughs. Yeah, you can build your first base anywhere you want. Um, they try to make you build it on your first planet. That way you learn kind of how to survive. Um, the good thing is if you're on normal mode or something, if you do die, all you have to do is you'll respawn kind of close to your grave, and there'll be a little grave marker. You just walk up to it and interact, and you'll get all your stuff back. Whereas right now I'm on a mode called Permadeath. If I die, then my whole save is wiped out. But yeah, the easiest way, if you don't want to do all the little side quest things with the NPCs, is to get to the anomaly, and you can unlock them all. It just takes that salvage data stuff, and you can unlock, one at a time, or you can grab a bunch of them. Most people seem to like. I can't see them in here. unfortunately. But the roamer is probably the most popular. Um, I thought that it would show up, but oh yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, don't get discouraged by it. It's only like the first 2 or 3 hours is the really difficult part, but as you kind of pick up what to do and stuff, they want you on kind of a planet like that mainly just so you learn how to survive. Um, because there are planets that are worse than you're on now. There's ones that have storms like every like 7 minutes a new storm will pull through. They just want you to learn the fundamentals of it, and if you have this, eventually you'll towards the beginning you are probably already have one, but your terrain manipulator. If you're ever in a spot where you think you're about to die, dig a hole. It doesn't have to be anything special, just dig a hole, and as you notice when I get down here, it'll say it'll start to recharge your stuff. If you're taking high hazard damage. See, I'm on extreme permadeath, so it kicks in a lot quicker. But luckily, yeah, if sentinels are chasing you and you can't get away from them, the same thing. Just dig a hole and go down in it. A lot of times, like with sentinels, I'll dig a hole straight down and then I'll kind of go over to the side a little bit because they can shoot down. So I'll just dig a hole like this, and then eventually you'll get a little warning thing, like up in the right-hand corner. See, I was able to turn the sentinels off on this planet because I found a pillar, but where those little blue dots are, you'll see your warning level go down. It'll go up to 5 stars the max, but most of the time you'll be like 2 stars, 2 or 3 stars. And you just hang out in here, and about like every 30 seconds or so, your warning level will go down. So you just wait for it to go down. It'll say Sentinels deactivated, and then you're fine to go back out and start harvesting stuff. It'll leave you alone. Oh, I need those birds. And another good thing that you can try, if you look at your discoveries with all your animals on it, if you discover all of those animals, you'll get a bunch of nanites, and you can use those nanites to buy stuff. So. Oh, yeah, I've done that, so. Yeah, you learn the little tricks like that kind of early on. Like right now, I'm trying to find my ship because I'm doing this no starter ship challenge thing, so it's getting kind of rough because I have no ship that I can jump in. And like my stack sizes, you see, my stack size is only 300, so I'm gonna be really careful with what I'm picking up and what I'm doing. So a lot of it's just maintenance, just keeping track of your inventory. Let's see. Like my life support's already down. And I don't like to pass up nanites, so I try to refine the stuff as I go. And so I just try to kind of... What I'm doing now is, up at the top you'll see your compass, and buildings in this game, buildings and ships, crash ships and freighters and all that, They tend to be on north-south ley lines, so what I'm doing is I'm just going to continue to head south out of here when I leave, and scan around as I go, and look for a crashed ship on the way. If I can't find a, like, I can go back to my ship if I want to. It's only 18 minutes that way, but with the challenge I'm doing, I'm making it so that I have to find a crashed ship before I actually really do anything. Yeah, I'm pretty good up on the lore. Yeah, I've been playing since day one, so I got just over 9,000 hours in the game now. Alright, now that I'm done in here, I don't think I need to do anything else here. So I'm just going to continue making my way out.
Radiation protection falling.
Yeah, it's like my radiation was just full, and now it's all starting to... What are those? Oh, that's chlorine. Yeah, I got really into base building, so I put on a lot of hours, mainly doing that. I do these little challenges every now and then too. It's just, this is my second account, and I don't have a extreme permadeath on this account, so I wanted to start a new save. Plus, I got builder's block going on right now too. I have a couple bases that I want to build, but I just can't find the inspiration to do it yet. Okay, we got a drop pod over there, so that will be good. Oh yeah, I know. It's all a simulation. See, I like this aspect of the game. The early part of the game has always been my favorite. I like trying to survive on, you know, extreme circumstances. I should have... Okay. Oh, and if you find these, and you harvest them, there's always going to be salvage data on the left-hand side. You look at where the little computer screen is, there'll always be navigation or salvage data on that side. And I lost my drop pod.
Radiation protection falling.
Radiation really eating through my stuff. Oh, and I'll show you another thing on the drop pods here in a second. There's a certain way you can do these. I need to recharge. Alright. I'm not going to have what I need. Got that. Okay, so a nanotube and a housing. Oh, I did get a... That's not going to help me though. So antimatter housing, carbon nanotube. Now, when I go to unlock this, your supercharge slots in your exosuit are static. They're the same for everybody. So the top row, slot number 5, slot number 3 on the bottom, and slot number 9 in the second row. Those are all going to be supercharged. What I typically do is I'll do slot 5 first. Now if I look at my exosuit, that'll be a supercharged slot. So I'm actually gonna dig that over there, move that over there. So that's what I always do when I unlock a drop pod, is one of those 3 slots is the first one I unlock. And typically I would have ideally I would have a hazard mod that would go in there. Unfortunately, the game doesn't want to give me one. Alright. I'll bring that back up. Get rid of that. I like to keep a couple of these salvage datas. That way I can sell them. Alright. Not really seeing anything there, so I'm gonna head back south. Continue in this direction, actually. Yeah. Pick up this dihydrogen. Alright, that's enough for a gel. I'll make another one of these up. And alright, get rid of that. Let's continue going south. And this carbon too. Continue to scan. Not seeing anything. Actually, use some of these up. I don't know if this will actually change that or not. It seems to empty pretty quick. Yeah, it doesn't really seem to help much. So just continue south.
Radiation protection falling.
If I do this long enough, I will run into a ship eventually.
Life support power low. Radiation protection falling.
This is a rough planet.
Technology recharge.
It's going to, yep. I thought for sure. Oh yeah, I've seen people do that around the planet challenge. Yeah, I don't have the patience for that. I wish I did.
Radiation protection.
I might make it halfway across this one before I find a ship. At this rate. Oh, there we go. Alright, is that my third Gek relic? Okay.
Radiation protection falling.
Boy, there is nothing in sight. Gamma weed. It's all gonna be gamma.
Radiation protection falling.
We'll grab these. Oh, floating crystals. I don't know if I can harvest these. Come down here real quick. Your typical ships, as long as they're not the interceptors, there's typically like maybe 2 or 3 different types. They seem to change it somewhat often, though. Whenever there's a big update, sometimes they do change them. I haven't done any like ship scrapping since the update, so they may have changed that. But yeah, I ran into the same thing before as well. A lot of times what I'll do is I'll check out like 3 or 4 ships, and if they're all the same, I'll just move on to another planet. Or a whole different system, actually. Especially if you don't see them on different planets in the system, then I definitely just would bounce to another system. A lot of times I'll dig a hole too, because it's easier to see your icons underground. Alright, there's nothing here. One thing I am looking for is... Okay, we'll grab that Grawberry.
Radiation protection falling.
This Grawberry, that will be helpful. So I want that condensed carbon. There's a lot of places to get hurt here. Wow, 3 of them? Jeez. Yeah, they do have some really nice ships in this game. Actually, I don't get that. What I'm looking for now is I'm just looking for any type of house marker. That's what crash ships will show up as. Mutant plant. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, and the sad thing is, no matter what choice you make halfway through it, it's all the same. Oh, on the okay. Grab the salvage data.
Radiation protection falling.
How much does that give me? Use up some of this. I've had that happen with exotic ships. Actually, I've had three of the same exotic in the space station before, at the same time. And it wasn't even like a 3-star system or anything. It was, I think it was a 2-star actually.
Recharge. Radiation protection. Falling. Radiation protection. Falling.
I'm not seeing any buildings out here. Boy, I wish this planet wasn't so hilly.
Radiation damage detected. Radiation protection. Falling.
Okay, I'm gonna end up jumping into a ditch. I keep moving around like this. I'm actually a little surprised I haven't broken any technology yet. I should be running into something here soon. We'll grab this.
Radiation protection. Falling. Life support power. Low.
At least I do have quite a few life support plants around here. Comes in pretty handy. Oh, microprocessor, there we go.
Radiation protection. Falling.
Got building.
Technology recharge. Technology recharge.
Jump down here real quick.
Falling.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's all just one big cycle.
Technology recharge.
Get rid of that. I don't need that.
Technology recharge.
This is for life support. I don't want to use that by mistake. Microprocessor ain't gonna help me. Actually, craft up some of these. Trying to use up that cobalt. Alright. Make sure I'm going the right direction.
Radiation protection falling.
Alright, got a building over there. Let's see what this is. Damn, there's machinery over here too. I'll even take a junky radioactive mod right now. I'm getting tired of recharging my stuff. Alright, grab this. See what this building is. I'll always take a free battery. I will take that too. Another battery. Oh, life support gel, even better. Wouldn't mind a minor settlement, but can't get that lucky. Oh, inventory's full. Alright. I need to make some room.
Radiation protection falling.
If this cave will work.
Radiation protection stabilizing.
Alright. Fill this thing up real quick.
Technology recharge.
Burn off a couple of those. Actually, I'm gonna have to step out for like 5-10 minutes. Get to return a call. Just having to look down at my phone and realize I have a voicemail. Alright, so get rid of that. I'm going to what am I going to refine here? Actually, I should do this first. Alright. I knew he was going to get me.
Extreme toxicity detected.
I hate those plants.
Radiation protection falling.
See. Screw the sodium. I don't really need it. You hear that refiner running a key thing that's one of those plants. Fill that up again. Alright, I just want to use up the rest of that cobalt. So I got enough batteries for now. I don't really need that ferrite dust. Run off this carbon though. Give me a little bit of carbon in there. Metal's gone. I can't use this in anything. Well,
Technology recharge.
Alright.
Toxins detected. Extreme toxicity detected.
Oh, now it's giving me sodium. The bastard.
Radiation protection falling. Technology recharge.
Now just continue going south.
Radiation protection falling.
No, it really doesn't. If you find, like, this is an experimental, this is better, has better scanning, and then the alien ones have better damage. But all the regular multi-tools, it doesn't matter if it's a pistol or a rifle, they're all the same. It's just rifles tend to have more slots in them. The alien ones, you'll know because they look very, very different. If you just do like a quick search for the on the No Man's Sky wiki, it'll show you the difference with the tools. But yeah, experimental is more for scanning, and alien is more for battle. Then you have like there's autophage ones that are like a special thing that you get after, after you finish a story typically.
Radiation protection.
They're special ones that you find on planets, and those are good at everything. They're kind of funky looking. I don't have one that I can show you, unfortunately. Okay, it's something I never really got into. Like, I mainly base build, so I don't pay attention to a lot of, like, the different multi-tools and stuff. The alien ones look really cool, though.
Radiation protection falling.
I will grab that berry.
Technology recharge. Radiation protection falling.
Alright, let's see. Damage machinery over there. A lot of times it depends on what type of save I'm doing. If I'm doing a save where I want to like 100% the game, then I'll do a bunch of small bases with different different materials that you can harvest. Like pretty much everything in this game you can make a farm for. So I'll have a bunch of smaller bases that are that have all the different materials. That's typically how I do it, but since I mainly build now, I just have like 5 or 6 really big bases on a save. Um, it all depends on kind of what you want to do.
Radiation protection.
Most people, they start off a big, but oh yeah, yeah, yeah. You're never gonna truly 100% it. um, but the ooh, there we go. There's a good upgrade. All right, mine and beam. There we go. Slap that in there. I always check these to see which one has a better mining speed. 18, 17. Alright, so that one goes supercharged. Yeah, because most of my saves now I mainly build, so I just do big fancy bases, and I don't really pay much attention to the resource bases, stuff like that. I will do a couple good-sized bases at times, but for the most part, most of mine are going to just be big. Yeah, that sounds about right, actually. Yeah, 18 quintillion is a lot. Like, it's such a big number that we can't really wrap our mind around it. Oh, there's my last animal. Alright. I'm gonna jump back in that hole so I don't take damage. Actually, it don't matter. It'll only take a second here. Alright, everything's found. And what I do is I update them all. I upload them all just so I know I get credit for them. Alright. It's 2,000 nanites just like that. Actually, this is actually kind of a small planet, so hopefully it won't take me too long to find a ship. I want to go in that direction though. Damaged machinery up here. Yeah, yeah, I know. Yeah, like so much of this game is just, you know, setting up, you know, like your personal choices, and none of it really matters. Oh, there we go. That's exactly what I've been looking for. No, it isn't. But I thought that was a radioactive one. Dang it. Well, that might be useful. Alright, at least I'm finally starting to get some modules to drop. Oh, thanks for swinging in, Gentle Duck, guys. Appreciate it.
Radiation protection. Falling.
Yeah, and swing in anytime you ever have any questions or whatever. I'll do my best to answer them. I was hoping that'd be building up here. I've actually been streaming for about 3 years, but I do it mainly over on YouTube. And then I typically, yeah. I do mainly like base videos and stuff like that, but I normally don't stream. I don't live stream typically. I do every now and then if I'm able to. Typically it's loud and noisy where I am, but today's nice and quiet, so I figured I'd do a stream. Yeah, so if you're ever over on YouTube, just look up my name, and you can see some of the bases I build.
Technology recharge.
I do a lot of like base visits and stuff like that for people too. Oh, we got a building here. And it's just a little shack, unfortunately. Getting down there is going to be
Radiation protection.
a project. Oh, thank you. And before I do this, I just want to make sure my jetpack's fully charged and just walk off the side.
Radiation protection.
And almost do like a little bunny hop when you land. That way you land safely.
Technology recharge.
And the same thing over here.
Radiation protection. Falling.
Just kind of slide on your way down. A lot of people make the mistake of jumping off of a cliff like that and having a problem. Just take it slow and make sure your jetpack is always charged. So actually, I'm going to dig that up. I want to get some nanites because mods are really expensive. What I'm hoping for is one of those pirate traders to come by, so that hopefully I can get a mod off them.
Radiation protection. Stabilized.
Oh. No, they don't really have any function. If you do interact with them, though, if you feed them, you can get stuff from them that you can refine. Not refine, but you can put in the nutrient processor and make different, like stews and cakes and brownies and all types of stuff. Some of the food sells for a good amount of money, so people will do that. You know, they'll make up a bunch of cakes or whatever and sell them, make millions of credits. So that's one thing you can do with them. If you do find an animal that you really like and you can adopt it, you can actually use it as a mount, so you can ride it around. Some of them are really good if you can find like they have these little robotic, almost like horse creatures that you can get. They move around pretty quick. A lot of people like to get those, or you can get fly-in pets. And those can be really good just for getting around. But some of them are pretty nice to have. Oh yeah, the big beetles are great, and you can get up pretty high with them too. It takes a bit to learn how to ride them, but once you figure it out, they're really good to have. And you can cover a lot of area on them too. Actually, refill that.
Technology recharge.
Okay, let's see here. I'm done here. Looking for self again. I keep losing. There it is. Yeah, I know. Some of the creatures are something else. Yeah, they have ones that look like little UFOs that fly around too. Yeah, this game's really changed a lot since it's come out. There's a lot of different stuff you can do now, depending on what you want to focus on. Yeah, that's why I really get into the building stuff because that. I mean, I've got over 9,000 hours now, and probably 5 or 6,000 of that is just building, and there's a lot of exploring. I mean, I've got 2 accounts, and this is my 24th save, so I do a fair amount of this. I've played No Man's Sky every day since release. I'd at least jump into it for an hour or two, but there are some days I'll do like a 14-hour session. My longest play session was 33 hours. And that was towards the beginning of the game because I wanted to get the game done as fast as possible. So that's before we had all the. We didn't even have a story to follow really. I mean, you had a little bit of stuff to do with Nada and Polo, but that was it. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Yeah, we do need some biome work, definitely. Hopefully that's coming in Worlds too. I don't think it will, but we do need some new stuff. Because they brought in the swamps last year, or I don't know if it was last year. Maybe it was 2 years ago. But yeah, they do need to add some new stuff in soon. There's also a lot of bugs that they have to fix too. Just annoying bugs more than anything. Yeah, this is a fairly small planet, so it shouldn't take too long to find a ship.
Radiation protection falling.
Oh, these damaged machinery has got to give me something good. Yeah. Yeah, true. There's more than a bug or two, that's for sure. Atlas has been spazzing for 8 years. He needs some, needs a glass of water. I keep getting mods I don't want. You know what, I can install that. Yeah, I was hoping to run into more drop pods.
Radiation protection falling.
At least I don't have to worry about sentinels. For now, anyway. When I reload, the sentinels will start respawning, though.
Radiation damage detected. Technology recharge.
Yeah.
Radiation
Yep.
protection falling.
Boy, I wish I could. I wish this planet wasn't so hilly. Head over this way a little bit. Oh, there's a damaged machinery there.
Radiation protection falling.
Head over towards that gamma lead.
Technology recharging. Radiation protection falling.
There's a building over this way. Doesn't look promising.
Life support power.
Alright, so where is south? It's north, south. Oh boy. That's a big hole. Gonna have to go around this one. There's a blue one. Alright. Head over this way.
Radiation protection falling.
I have to go all the way around this thing. I know there's nothing down there now.
Radiation protection falling.
Alright, that should be the outer rim here.
Radiation protection falling. Technology recharging.
Eating through batteries now.
Radiation protection falling.
Going to jump into camera mode here real quick. I want to check to make sure there's nothing down there. Doesn't look like it. Alright. Head back up here. Looks like it loops back around. I don't want to accidentally fall into this stupid thing. That's some rough terrain. Another scan. I don't see any buildings. Oh, I do see that though. Some more lemons. How much of that do I have? Need more of that. Always need more condensed carbon. Oh. Ooh. Hopefully there's a pilot here. Come on. Oh, there we go. Oh, yeah, I think there is something on the No Man's Sky FM radio thing. I've never used it, though. See if I can sell some of this stuff off. Alright. Well, hit 1.5 million credits. Hazard protection module. Oh, thank God. Oh man. Does he have movement? He does have a movement, 650. I'll buy that. I'm gonna gamble. I'll take them both. Talk to him again. What's he have for his ship? Oh. Okay, so I'm gonna need around 3.5 million to buy anything. Alright. Let me dig a hole.
Radiation protection falling.
Let's see here. What's that gonna give me? Oh, God, this is almost a perfect friggin' roll. This is gonna help so much. 10% in each category is the maximum. So, alright, so I'm ripping that crap out of here. Yeah, C class, like if you look at them in here, where's the catalog, tech, exosuit. C class is going to be your lowest, then B, then A. S class is your best, and X class, it's either really good, it's either really, really bad, or it's up to the amount of an S class. And they can actually, sometimes they can actually go a little bit higher. Like if you look at this one where it says life support tank 100%, if I go over to the X class, it can actually go up to 110. But it's a very, very low chance. It's like the one I just picked up, actually isn't even in the catalog. Oh, yep. 11% is the maximum in each category. The one I just got is 10% in 3 of the categories, except for radioactive. But the trick is with these, if you, like right now, you see how it's 10, 10, 10, and 9? If I put this in a supercharge slot, now look at it. Everything, all your values go up 25%. So that is a major score for me. That's going to make it so I don't have to constantly recharge my my hazard protection. That's a major upgrade. So now I'll, instead of recharging every, minute, I'll probably be able to go about 5 minutes or so in between charges. So like this one's kind of a crappy, like what I look for mainly is the jetpack tanks on these. And you can get like, I think 250 is the highest. So these are, like mid. But I've seen ones that, are like 130% jetpack and they suck. So they're a big gamble. Instead of having like a 30-point range, from a garbage roll to a god roll, the X class have like a 50-point range. So it's a much bigger gamble on them. So that was a really big score. I'm glad I saw that pilot. But I'm going to end up continuing south. I do want to look in here to see. Get rid of that. Yeah, you can tell if they jive together. Like these are all yellow right now. If I move it over here, only those two are. Yeah, it's typically your jetpack. I don't think life support does. You notice it mainly in like your ships, your ship and your multi-tool. Like right now, all my mining beams are right next to each other. It's hard to tell. Like I have issues with it too sometimes. Like I notice it mainly in my freighter and in my ship. Like you don't have any supercharge slots here either, but yeah, sometimes just moving one of your hyperdrives up or down or left or right, sometimes it can make a big difference. I still haven't been able to figure that out. I go through it every time I go to do a big upgrade. Alright, so that, and sodium nitrate. Alright, so what direction? Still trying to head south. I'm trying to walk around this giant canyon I found.
Radiation protection falling.
Oh, the question mark ones, I'm really not too sure on. I don't kind of get them very often, and when I do, I end up selling them. Get rid of that plant. Yeah, I think those are from, like, Sentinels can drop them sometimes. I think it was Sentinels, but I'm not really too sure. It's like some type of Sentinel upgrade. I think it's only for Boltcaster if it's a weapon, and then you can get if it's an exosuit one, it has to do with your shield. Make sure there's nothing down there. Oh, my movement is so much better now. My movement and my shield. Hazard protection, rather. Oh, so much better. That was worth all my nanites. Alright. I'll just continue to do the same thing, head south.
Life support power low. Radiation protection falling.
Yeah, it lasts a lot longer than it did before.
Technology recharge.
Yeah, I'm still at 45%. I'll head up to this. I wish this planet wasn't so hilly. Actually, I should be picking up that salvage data too. Start a new stack of that.
Radiation protection falling.
Yeah, I did. That was the Imaginarium. I built that, probably 3 years ago. Yeah, that's one of those builds where I was trying to use as many different shapes as I could. Because there's a, circle, square, triangle, pyramid, an truncated isododecahedron for the landing pad, and just a really fun build. I'd only been glitch building for maybe maybe about 6 or 8 months before I built that. Oh, really? Yep, that's the Imaginarium. Yeah, there's a community member named Captain Steve. It was over in his area. He was doing a little building event. I went over there and built that. Yeah, that's one of the bases that didn't get ruined with the latest update. I lost a few bases in this new update. The lush planet turned into a swamp, so few bases got wiped out. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I learned a lot building that. Just how to work with different parts and pieces, get different shapes. I'm gonna have to find a building here soon because I gotta get working on dinner here. I'd like to find an actual building.
Radiation protection falling.
haven't seen a building in quite a while, actually. Oh, it's iteration 1. That's the first title for day 1 player, or first iteration. You know, the first version.
Radiation protection falling.
Yeah, that's what I have on my my main guy. Those movement upgrades really help
Life
out.
support power low.
Let's see here. Yep. That hazard protection lasted quite a while.
Damage detected. Technology recharge.
A lot longer. Keep going to that. Support.
Technology recharge.
I think I'm in between ley lines here, so I'm gonna go east a little bit. See if I can get a building to show up. Oh, there we go. There we go. Huge score. Alright. I've been waiting for one of those to drop for, what, 3 hours now? 4 hours? I think there was a title, a different title for Xbox when that came out. I think they got their own title too. Um, I started on PlayStation, so we got iteration 1. No, I didn't find an actual. I was hoping this would be a building. Run down here real quick. Oh, actually, I won't be able to search for it here, will I? Yeah, you can't see your titles in here. Oh. See if I can find a building around here. I have a save point, so that's a plus. See if I can see any buildings. Directions. Alright, so move that down here. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Continue south here. don't have too much longer. Okay, thanks for swinging in, Gentle Duck. Yeah, I was gonna say the wiki normally has a lot of that stuff, but there is stuff that is missing. I know that's for sure. Yes, indeed. I'll be around. Yeah, if you ever want to see anything, just I'm always on YouTube, so I typically don't stream, so. Ooh, I'm gonna end up breaking something if I don't calm down. What's that? Mutant plant. You too, have good sleep.
Life support power low.
Alright. Now, I'm not going to waste my time going over there, so I am going to use my camera. Yeah, I'm going to head over there. I don't see anything there, but
Radiation protection.
it looks like a nice flat spot, so there might be a ship there. Might get me in a more direct line for something. I think it's probably just a beacon though. Life support.
Technology recharge.
Yep, just a beacon. Oh, trade terminal. Oh, I can't use it. Won't work. I don't think it'll work. Oh, it will. Alright. So... actually put down a beacon here. Looking around to see if I can see any more salvage data. So one over here. I actually might save here and call it a night, actually. Grab this though.
Radiation protection falling.
Oh, got another one over there. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna sell off this stuff. Actually, is there only that one? I don't know if there's actually a cave back here or not. There's nothing there. Nothing over here. Get rid of that. Oh, I could have sold that. Alright, I'm gonna sell off my stuff. Oh, those Gek relics. Get rid of those. Okay, that'll get me closer to what I need for a ship. Alright, so make a save. What I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna dig a hole here.
Radiation protection falling.
Actually just flatten out a portion of this. I'll run back out, make another save because I'm paranoid. Alright, so all I'm going to do now is I'm just going to let my game auto-save and then I'm going to jump out. So, appreciate everybody that swung by. Going to continue on probably tomorrow. That's going to be the plan anyway. I'd like to find a ship tomorrow. Got a lot done today though. Got some good upgrades. Got pretty far away from my ship. I can still see it over there somewhere. Well, 1 hour away, that doesn't really mean much. But plan on continuing tomorrow. So I'm going to jump out here, and thanks for swinging in. I will see you guys next time. Take care.